us that perspective. We are shifting focus now to some other news. Security has been tightened outside the Supreme Court as a three-judge vacation bench led by Justice Surya Kant will hear CBI's plea challenging the Delhi High Court's decision against suspension of the 2017 Unnao rape convict Kuldeep Sengar's life sentence today. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Sambhav Sharma with more on this. Sambhav, security seems to have been tightened outside the Supreme Court. Take us through the details.
Well, here the very crucial hearing in the Unnao rape case is to take place in the Supreme Court today. The three-judge bench of the Supreme Court, as per the court is published on Supreme Court's website. Three judges, Surya Kant and two other judges, Justice J.K. Maheshwari and Justice A.G. Masi, will hear this matter, the Unnao rape case matter, where the Supreme Court will hear the Central Bureau of Investigation (CBI's) petition challenging the suspension of Kuldeep Sengar life sentence. And it is to be seen when the top court will hear the matter, but it is likely that after 10:30 p.m. The top court can hear this particular matter any time, because the matter is listed for hearing on the CBI's petition challenging the suspension of the life sentence granted to former BJP Kuldeep Sengar in 2017 Unnao rape case. Now, the matter is listed before the vacation bench, as the vacations are going on in the Supreme Court, but the vacation bench led by Chief Justice of India, Justice Surya Kant, will hear this matter. And as the matter will come up for hearing today in the Supreme Court, the security measures in and across Supreme Court is tightened. I mean, security is tightened not just inside the Supreme Court, but also outside the top court of the country, as the Supreme Court is going to hear this particular case. If we talk about this particular case, the Central Bureau of Investigation has approached the top court, the Supreme Court, against the 23rd December's Delhi High Court's order of suspending Kuldeep Sengar's the life sentence granted to him, and also a conditional bail during the pendency of his appeal. And if we talk about what other petitions are, there are a few. There is one more petition filed in the Supreme Court challenging this particular Delhi High Court's order. Now the Supreme Court has listed this matter for hearing today. It is to be seen what the top court will have to say. The three-judge bench which will hear the matter. Earlier, December 23rd, the Delhi High Court's two-judge bench has suspended Kuldeep Sengar's life sentence, and which has created a lot of uproar. And also is
all right. Thank you so much, Sambhav, for all those details on that story. In fact, also joining us on the broadcast is Advocate Ashwini Dubey, Supreme Court. He's a advocate with the Supreme Court. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. So we are looking at a special petition that has been filed, a plea that has been filed by the CBI, which is challenging the Delhi High Court's decision against the suspension of the life sentence of Sengar.
Yes. It's a special. Every petition filed in the Supreme Court is special petition, except the writ petition. So the CBI against the order of the High Court, whereby the High Court during the pendency of the appeal, because see, the High Court first, we have to make it clear for your viewers that High Court has not finally decided the appeal. High Court has only suspended the further sentence of Kuldeep Singh, in which he was awarded the life sentence, as considering 3-4 aspects. One aspect was that he has already been in incarceration for more than 7.5 years, almost 8 years. Number two, the definition of public servant, which has been defined, that has been become one of the reasons for convicting him for death sentence, life imprisonment by the trial court. That is the public servant definition is missing here in this case. And third, the Supreme Court, the High Court has said that this would be a conditional bail during the pendency of the appeal, and subject to the furnishing of bail bond of 15 lakhs rupees, and he'll also not threaten the survivor or family member. These are the conditions stipulated. See, the conditional bail or suspension of sentence does not mean that the person has been acquitted from all the charges. Trial court has duly convicted him, meaning thereby he is still Kuldeep Sengar is still a convicted person. He has been found guilty for committing an offence for rape, etc. in Unnao. And therefore, the High Court has not taken a deep view that he is not guilty. He is a guilty, but court said that the balance requires that during the pendency of the appeal, since he has already served the incarceration of around 8 years, 7.5 years, 1 and 2 certain things, there are legal flaws in the trial court order. Therefore, we are just admitting the appeal and suspending the sentence. Number 3, against the CBI has come to the Supreme Court. CBI says that the High Court has not considered the real facts and circumstances of the case, and also the nature and gravity of the offence. And also hue and cry is being made. Now, one thing has to be clear, that protesting on road does not affect the proceedings before the courts. Courts always consider the facts and circumstances of each case on its own merit. So it's not that when somebody is on the roads and making doing protests, making allegations against the High Court, making allegations against the trial judges, making allegations against the prosecuting agency and the lawyers. Courts always consider the evidences. Now, if Supreme Court finds that the High Court order was bad in law, erroneous, vitiated in law, then of course Supreme Court will put an stay, meaning thereby the High Court's order will have no meaning. So let's see what happens now. But in any case, he has not been released, Kuldeep Sengar, because he's already facing a trial in a murder case, and that matter is already pending. So let's see what happens. But one thing is clear for you, was that he has not been acquitted from the charges for which he was found guilty. Over to you. Somehow have already elaborated entire points right now. Yes,
right.
Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. In fact, we will now shift focus to some other stories that's coming in.